Hi students, it's Mrs. Harris again, and I'm working from home. Today I'm thinking about what it's going to be like to be in the classroom together again for the first time, or what it might be like that first week of school if you're learning from home. It's been a long time since we've been together, and it might have been a long time since you've been creatively thinking and using some of your drawing skills. So today we're going to do an activity called an imagination workout. Some of you 4th and 5th graders might remember it from last year. And we're going to add a little twist today. You won't need to print the worksheet that might be showing up in the corner of your screen. Instead, we're just going to use it as a reference point. We will make our own game board. You are going to need something to write with. It's fine if today you just have a pencil. But if you want to use some of your supply box materials like a pack of crayons, markers, or something else that you have at home, that's great too. You're also going to need something to write on. A piece of notebook paper works fine, but if you've got a blank piece of paper, that's going to work fantastic as well. I have my sketchbook out here on my workspace today because some of our classrooms will be using sketchbooks, and so that might be another option if your teacher says so. The first thing we're going to do is get our game board ready for our imagination workout. Today we're working like an artist and we're thinking creatively to solve problems. We want to use ideas that are unique, that other people would not have already thought of. To set up our game board, we're going to take our paper and we're going to fold it in half first. Mrs. Harris calls this fold a hamburger style because it's going to be wider, like a hamburger bun. If you need help from a parent, go ahead and ask now. We're going to use our finger to press that crease down. It should open up like a book. Next, we're going to take our hamburger fold and we're going to fold it again. Use one hand to press the edges still and the other hand to crease. What you should end up with are 4 spaces or 4 rectangles. We're going to make one more fold, and that is to fold our paper hot dog style. We call it hot dog because it's long, like a hot dog bun. And again, you're going to use one hand to hold it still, and the other hand is going to go back and forth to crease it. For kindergartners, if you have a parent nearby or someone who can help you, you might want to ask for a little bit of help. When you get your paper unfolded, it's going to have 8 rectangles like mine, and then it's going to be ready for our imagination workout. This would be a good time to pause the video so that you can have a few minutes to catch up with me. So I'm going to stop here, and if you need to press pause, please do so that you can get your paper ready. When you're ready to start again, go ahead and press play. What we're going to be doing first is creating some lines in each of the 8 rectangles. Now you can copy some of the shapes that are up on the screen or that I'll be drawing along with you. I'm going to use a marker today so that it shows up on the screen a little bit better. The first shape we're going to start out with is going to be looking like a U shape. You can do this along with me right now. In the first shape, we're making a U. Go ahead and do that on your paper now. In the next rectangle, we're going to make a zigzag. In the next rectangle, we're going to make a circle and a bean shape. In the next shape or in the next rectangle, we're going to make a sideways V. In the next rectangle, we're going to be making two long lines. In the next rectangle, we're going to make one large circle. In the next rectangle, we're going to make a swirl. And in the last rectangle, you can make whatever lines or shapes that you'd like. All right, so what you should have on your paper right now are just really some shapes and squiggly lines. It's time to think creatively. Your job as an artist is to think of ideas that are original, and that means that someone else might not have had before. We're going to use these squiggly lines as our problems today, and we're going to overcome the challenge of turning them into something else and having an original idea. This is just a game. So any of your ideas are just fine for today. You don't need to worry about mistakes or erasing something that you're not happy with. If you don't like what you create today, just cross it out and go to the next rectangle. Try your best not to look at anyone else's paper if you're in the classroom today, because you want your ideas to come from your brain and not someone else's. I'll show you how this works. Again, you can use any of your drawing materials or even just a pencil. I'm going to keep using my markers since they're out today. And our job is to pick or to think of what you can turn these shapes into. In the first rectangle, I'm noticing that there is this U shape, and it made me think of a boat. So I'm going to complete the boat, and I think I'm going to draw some windows in my boat, and I might need a paddle. I don't know if this is really what a boat would look like. And I would need a sail. It can go off the page. I don't have enough space there. If you've got multiple colors, you can use them, or if you're just using a pencil, that's fine too. Let's make that a little darker in color in my paddle. And I need a little person sitting here, but I'm going to wait on that. That seems like more difficult to draw for me right now. I like to do the water and the easy stuff first. I can color this in if I want. Well, you get the idea. You can spend a few minutes on each rectangle turning it into something else. You're using your brain to think creatively, and you're solving the problem, which is we started with a squiggly line and we need to turn it into something else. Let's choose another rectangle from our page to keep working on. I'm going to choose this one over here. This looks kind of interesting. I'm not quite sure what it's going to be yet. Let's see here. I suppose I could turn this one into flowers. I'll add petals. Oops, that was a little big. I could color my petals in later. Let's get started on the other shape. I'll make that a different type of flower. I'm not sure if I like this flower. It's turning into a jelly bean, sort of. That's okay. I was trying to draw a flower that was looking down at the ground. Its head was going to be pointed down, and it didn't really work out very well. If you make a mistake today, give yourself a little grace. It's been a long time since we've been in the classroom or at home working on some of these imagination workouts and some of these creative problem solvings. So if you don't like something, you can scratch it out, or you can just go to the next rectangle. I'm not really happy with that one, so I'm going to move on. I've got this shape here, and I can turn it into something else. Let's see what I would, oh, well, we could turn this guy right into pizza. I have red in my hand, so I can turn it into pepperonis. And we could take our pizza, and we could put it on a plate. And we definitely want to drink with our pizza. And I could fill in the rest of that rectangle.